Hello and welcome to another video with Michelle Holden Art, where you can find your true art one layer at a time. And this is the last part, and I forget if it's part 5 or part 6, of the How to Be More Productive, creating an abstract mini-series, a cohesive mini-series using a nice grouping of collage papers, stencils, painted papers, text, writing, and my favorite transparent papers all together. And I think I'm really loving how this series has just been created. It's great. So at the end you can see my gold pen, which I will be using. And these are the 12 almost finished ones. And I won't take you through all of them because that was in last week's video. And welcome if you are here for the first time. This is all about intuitive art journaling, using your intuition and following it, letting it guide the way to find your true art. And that's what I'm doing. So this intuitive layering process I've developed over the past 3-4 years or so. And I've been showing it on my channel for a while, but now I'm diving deeper and I'm going to create the last 4. These started as a great big piece of your full watercolor. I forget the dimensions, 140 pound. And then it was taped all down into 5x7s. And now we're using turquoise, orange, this orange, cadmium orange hue. The colors will be in the description. Yellow oxide, this neutral, which comes in different names, unbleached titanium, of course, and turquoise, and this transparent white by Liquitex. I really love it. So I'm just going to continue. I'm not going to talk so I can speed up the process and you can watch. You can create along with me. And of course, my favorite gold tissue paper to get from gifts. And I just love using it sparingly just to add that focal point or accent color. So let's get started. Oh, before I begin, I like to put a few out so I can just glance at them. So I'm putting them against my wall, as you could see. This has a little more orange in it, or peach, I might say. And of course, my favorite one. And I think that'll be enough. Also, I found some interesting text. I love putting just random words, page numbers, and I'll zoom in once I start. So old grammar books that I find at old bookstores, anything with some ledger kind of feel to it, and chapter books again, and some timelines with some numbers. Let me just turn it there so you can, there you go. And then because I know some other pages had some of those in there, so I wanted to make sure I had enough. So I will zoom in right now, and I might stop and explain part of my process, but I'm going to speed this part of the video up. So they're starting to come together, and I think the next layer will be, and I know I've been using a lot of this. I wanted this one particular stencil throughout all of the pieces. Why? I don't know. Should I do that next time? I'm not sure. Once the series is all done, I'll step back, and if it's too much putting them throughout every piece, you can always go in and veil or cover with collage. So I'm going to do that now. Okay. So I'll paste those down. And I call that intuitive placement, or it's called intuitive placement. This collage was made not with a jelly print plate, but with a stamping tool, painting the paper black first, and then coming in with the white paint with any kind of stamping tool. And I'll zoom in a moment, so don't worry. So the next layer is going to be the stencil that I like to come in with, and then some transparent collage. So now I'll zoom in and do each one individually. I like to use a nice dry brush for this. Notice I'm overlapping sections, so bringing the eye across. So I'm using a longer, narrower shape this time, just to change it up, and I will overlap. Okay, I think I'll leave that corner. So you're playing with vertical, horizontal, as these are organic dots, so they're longer one way than the other. And I did get some over there, but that's okay. Let's see how it looks. There we go. I think down below. This one, I'm putting the black, I notice, not where the blue is, but where the warm peachy color is, which is interesting. Okay, and up here. Nice. Okay, so that's it for the stencil. Let's take a look at them. So then we need a piece of transparent, and I want to use blue circles this time. I also have a piece of, and then of course my text. I think I'll put that in now. Let's see. I love this piece. There's lots more. I love the math. Any paper that shows that. And when you go on a hunt for your collage papers, you'll really, or for your books, you'll really, I enjoy that, the hunt. Now, the ratio, the size is too big, so I might need to chop this right down. And it may fit, it may not fit. It was just an initial thought. Maybe we're just using words. This is an old speller. I'm liking just some of the indications. We'll use single words and maybe a timeline here, but part of it. Right there. You'll notice too, with your intuitive placement, it gets much quicker. I just saw that, and I love the subtlety. I might just do a single circle, but I want it over some high contrast, so the transparency is emphasized. Love that. And it pushes it back at the same time. No. I like that overlap. Okay. Now I'm down to singles. I like that. I never like to do two. It's either one or three. Or part, cropped. Right there. Okay, let's put those in. And I'm going to use the fluid, the gloss medium, because it's so much better for the thinner collage papers. And this is the deli wrap. And I want to overlap that piece. I'm more aware of overlapping now that it's in my mark making process now. And that just takes, that's the thing that takes time. Knowing what your experiences with layering. And see, I love how that pushed those black marks back. I'll just use the same. Put it all in. I'm liking the vertical numbers here, and I'll zoom in a moment. And loving the subtlety of this. Okay, I'll finish this. And I love how the old text paper ages in different tones. That's a piece of the multi-layered collage paper that I love to make. I'll be showing that in my course. which will be coming out this week. Finally finished. Okay, so I'm thinking if things are busy enough, I might want a word or so. I like this one, remembered. It just evokes, just gets your viewers thinking. I always love that. Now, which one? No. No. Yes. I love that. No, no, yes. And then, if the contrast is still a little too high here, I can come in with a glaze of that yellow oxide or similar. I'll not worry about that till later. So these are done, except for some gold marks, some line, and a little splash. So let's dry them up. Oh, I forgot my gold. You can't do that. And it's just a little embellishment. And of course, it's going to go where it's warm. All right. Have some gold pen, and as I've shown you in the previous videos, I just like to repeat and echo what's already there, and of course overlap, and maybe, but it's still wet there, so I'll do that later. So let me zoom in. Oh, I am zoomed in already. Okay, so here's this white and this flow. As you can see. Oh, I love this. Coming right over the blue. This is a Uniball pen. I'm loving it. Probably a little too much, but you know, that's okay. There we go. Okay, now I know I have to do a splash. I don't have to, but I just love to. So let's just get one little bit of black paint here. Okay, so we are done. 16, 5x7, a mini abstract series for you to increase your productivity, use repetition, and gain more practice and consistency in your layering process. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you in the next video.